Hey there, philosophy enthusiasts. Today I'm diving deep into one of the most intriguing and perplexing questions of all time: consciousness. What does it mean to be conscious? How did ancient philosophies shape our understanding of the mind? And how is modern neuroscience unraveling the mysteries of perception and self-awareness? Let's start way back with the ancient Greeks. Philosophers like Plato believed in the existence of a soul that transcends the physical body. This idea laid the foundation for centuries of thought on the nature of consciousness. Fast forward to the 17th century and we meet René Descartes. Descartes famously declared, "Cogito ergo sum, I think, therefore I am." He proposed a dualistic theory where the mind and body are distinct entities. Descartes' ideas were revolutionary, but they also raised more questions. How does the immaterial mind interact with the physical body? Enter Immanuel Kant in the 18th century. Kant argued that our experiences are shaped by the way our mind structures them. He suggested that time, space, and causality are not properties of the external world, but of our own perceptions. Kant's work shifted the focus from the mind-body problem to the nature of experience itself. As we move into the 20th century, the rise of psychology and neuroscience brought new tools to the table. Scientists began to explore the brain in ways that were previously unimaginable. The discovery of neurons, synapses, and brainwaves opened up new avenues for understanding consciousness. One of the most significant breakthroughs came with the development of functional MRI, fMRI. This technology allowed researchers to see which parts of the brain are active during different mental tasks. It provided a window into the neural underpinnings of consciousness. Today, the study of consciousness is a vibrant field that spans philosophy, psychology, and neuroscience. Thinkers like Daniel Dennett and David Chalmers are at the forefront, grappling with questions about the nature of subjective experience. Dennett argues that consciousness is an illusion created by the brain's complex processing. Chalmers, on the other hand, poses the hard problem of consciousness. Why and how do physical processes in the brain give rise to subjective experience? But the journey doesn't end here. Advances in artificial intelligence and machine learning are pushing the boundaries even further. Can machines be conscious? What does it mean for a machine to have self-awareness? These are questions that philosophers and scientists are actively exploring. In conclusion, the philosophy of consciousness is a rich and ever-evolving field. From ancient Greece to modern neuroscience, our understanding of the mind has grown immensely, yet the mysteries of consciousness remain. It's a journey that invites us to question, to wonder, and to explore the very essence of what it means to be aware. So keep pondering, keep questioning, and most importantly, stay curious. Until next time, thanks for watching.
What does it mean to be conscious? This question, seemingly simple, has haunted philosophers and scientists for centuries. Consciousness, the state of being aware of ourselves and our surroundings, is at the heart of what makes us human. It is the foundation of our thoughts, emotions, and experiences. Without it, we would be nothing more than biological machines, reacting to stimuli without any inner world. Our understanding of consciousness has evolved over time. Ancient civilizations often attributed consciousness to spiritual or supernatural forces. The soul, they believed, was the seat of awareness, separate from the physical body. However, with the rise of modern science, a more materialistic view emerged. Consciousness, scientists proposed, was not a mystical entity, but rather a product of the brain, a complex organ capable of generating subjective experience. Despite significant advances in neuroscience, consciousness remains one of the most profound mysteries of our time. How does a physical organ, made up of billions of neurons, give rise to the subjective feeling of awareness? This question, known as the hard problem of consciousness, continues to baffle researchers. Some believe that current scientific frameworks are insufficient to explain consciousness, suggesting that a radical new approach is needed. Understanding consciousness is not merely an academic pursuit. It has profound implications for our understanding of ourselves, our place in the universe, and the very nature of reality. If consciousness is indeed a product of the brain, then what happens when we die? Does consciousness cease to exist, or does it persist in some form? The answers to these questions have implications for our beliefs about life, death, and the possibility of an afterlife. Over the centuries, philosophers and scientists have proposed numerous theories to explain the enigma of consciousness. These theories can be broadly categorized into two camps: dualism and materialism. Dualism, championed by philosophers like René Descartes, posits that the mind and body are distinct entities. The mind, in this view, is non-physical and interacts with the physical body through the brain. Materialism, on the other hand, argues that consciousness is a product of the physical brain. There is no separate mind or soul. Rather, all mental states are ultimately reducible to brain states. This view has gained significant traction in recent decades, fueled by advances in neuroscience and cognitive science. However, materialism faces its own set of challenges, particularly in explaining the subjective, qualitative nature of experience. Within the materialist camp, several prominent theories attempt to explain how the brain gives rise to consciousness. These include integrated information theory, global workspace theory, and recurrent processing theory. Each of these theories offers a unique perspective on the neural correlates of consciousness, seeking to identify the specific brain processes and structures that give rise to subjective experience. Despite the diversity of these theories, a common thread runs through many of them: the idea that consciousness arises from the complex interactions of neurons in the brain. The human brain is an incredibly complex organ, containing billions of neurons interconnected in intricate networks. These networks are constantly buzzing with electrical and chemical activity, processing information, and generating our thoughts, emotions, and perceptions. Materialist theories of consciousness, dominant in contemporary neuroscience, ground consciousness in the physical processes of the brain. These theories reject the notion of a separate mind or soul, proposing instead that consciousness emerges from the intricate workings of neural networks. This perspective is bolstered by a growing body of empirical evidence, demonstrating clear correlations between brain activity and conscious experience. One of the key challenges for materialist theories is to explain how subjective experience arises from objective brain states. How can the firing of neurons, governed by the laws of physics and chemistry, give rise to the feeling of pain, the redness of a sunset, or the taste of chocolate? This is the crux of the hard problem of consciousness, a question that continues to spark debate and inspire new research. Despite this challenge, materialist theories offer compelling explanations for many aspects of consciousness. For instance, studies have shown that damage to specific brain regions can lead to predictable deficits in consciousness. Lesions in the visual cortex, for example, can result in blindness, while damage to the hippocampus can impair memory formation. Furthermore, brain imaging techniques such as fMRI and EEG have allowed researchers to observe brain activity in real time, revealing distinct patterns of neural activity associated with different conscious states. These findings provide strong evidence for the idea that consciousness is intimately linked to specific brain processes and structures. Integrated Information Theory, IIT, developed by neuroscientist Giulio Tononi, offers a unique and mathematically rigorous approach to understanding consciousness. IIT posits that consciousness is a fundamental property of certain systems, those that possess a high degree of integrated information. This integrated information, denoted by the Greek letter F, PHI, reflects the amount of information generated by a system as a whole, above and beyond the information generated by its individual parts. According to IIT, consciousness is not limited to brains, but could potentially exist in any system that exhibits a sufficient degree of integrated information. This includes not only biological systems, but also artificial systems, such as sophisticated computer simulations or even hypothetical extraterrestrial life forms. The more integrated information a system possesses, the more conscious it is. One of the key implications of IIT is that consciousness is graded, not binary. This means that there are degrees of consciousness, with some systems being more conscious than others. A human brain, for instance, would possess a much higher level of integrated information than, say, a single-celled organism or a simple thermostat. While IIT has garnered significant attention and praise for its mathematical rigor and its potential to unify our understanding of consciousness across different domains, it also faces criticism. Some argue that the theory is too abstract and difficult to test empirically. Others question whether integrated information is truly sufficient for consciousness, or whether other factors, such as embodiment or social interaction, are also necessary. Section 5. The global workspace. Theory. Consciousness as a spotlight. Imagine a bustling theater stage filled with actors, props, and scenery. In the darkness, only a small portion of the stage is illuminated by a spotlight, revealing a specific scene to the audience. This, in essence, is the central metaphor of the global workspace theory of consciousness. Proposed by cognitive psychologist Bernard Bars, this theory suggests that consciousness acts like a global workspace, a central stage within the brain where information from various specialized modules is brought together, processed, and made available for wider access and control. These modules can include sensory systems, motor control, memory, language, and executive functions. According to this theory, only a small fraction of the information processed by the brain at any given moment reaches conscious awareness. This information is selected and amplified based on its relevance, salience, and potential for influencing behavior. Meanwhile, unconscious processes continue to operate in the background, influencing our thoughts and actions without our direct awareness. The global workspace theory offers a compelling explanation for several key features of consciousness, such as its limited capacity, its serial nature, and its role in integrating information from different sources. It also provides a framework for understanding how unconscious processes can influence conscious experience, as well as how conscious intentions can shape our actions. Section 6. The hard problem. Qualia and subjective experience. While materialist theories have made significant strides in explaining the neural correlates of consciousness, they often struggle with what is known as the hard problem of consciousness. This problem centers on the subjective qualitative nature of experience, also known as qualia. Qualia refer to the raw feels of experience, the redness of red, the painfulness of pain, the sweetness of sugar. How can we explain, in purely physical terms, why a certain brain state is accompanied by a particular subjective experience? Why does seeing the color red feel the way it does, while hearing a musical note feels different? These are the questions that continue to baffle philosophers and scientists alike. Some argue that the hard problem is ultimately unsolvable, that subjective experience is inherently irreducible to objective physical processes. Others believe that the hard problem is a false dichotomy, that with a deeper understanding of the brain, we will eventually be able to explain qualia in scientific terms. Regardless of one's stance on the hard problem, it highlights a fundamental limitation in our current understanding of consciousness. While we can observe and measure brain activity, we cannot directly experience the subjective feelings of another being. Each of us experiences the world from a unique, first-person perspective, and this subjective experience remains a profound mystery. Section 7. The Future of Consciousness. Unraveling the Mystery. The quest to understand consciousness is ongoing, with researchers from diverse fields contributing to our growing knowledge. Advances in neuroscience, cognitive science, computer science, and philosophy are converging to shed new light on this enigmatic phenomenon. As our tools and techniques become more sophisticated, we can expect to uncover further secrets of the conscious mind. One promising area of research involves developing more sophisticated brain-computer interfaces. These interfaces have the potential to not only decode brain activity, but also to interact with and even manipulate conscious experience. Imagine a future where we can treat neurological disorders, enhance cognitive abilities, or even experience the world from another being's perspective, all through direct brain-to-brain communication. Another exciting frontier is the development of artificial consciousness. As artificial intelligence becomes increasingly sophisticated, the question of whether machines can be truly conscious is no longer confined to the realm of science fiction. While current AI systems fall short of human-level consciousness, the rapid pace of progress in the field raises profound ethical and philosophical questions about the nature of consciousness and our place in the universe. Ultimately, the future of consciousness research lies in embracing interdisciplinary collaboration. By combining insights from neuroscience, cognitive science, computer science, philosophy, and other fields, we can hope to develop a more comprehensive and nuanced understanding of this fundamental aspect of our existence. Section 8. The Unending Quest: Consciousness and the Meaning of Being. The quest to understand consciousness is not merely an academic pursuit. It is a journey into the heart of what it means to be human. Consciousness is the foundation of our self-awareness, our capacity for love, empathy, creativity, and our very sense of being. It is the lens through which we experience the world, the source of our joys and sorrows, and the driving force behind our actions. As we delve deeper into the mysteries of consciousness, we are confronted with profound questions about our place in the cosmos. Are we alone in the universe in possessing this remarkable ability, or could consciousness be a more widespread phenomenon, perhaps existing in forms we have yet to imagine? The answers to these questions have the potential to reshape our understanding of ourselves and our place in the grand tapestry of existence. The pursuit of consciousness is ultimately a quest for meaning. By understanding the origins and nature of our own awareness, we gain a deeper appreciation for the preciousness of life and the interconnectedness of all things. The journey may be challenging, fraught with complexities and uncertainties, but the rewards are immeasurable. For in unraveling the enigma of consciousness, we unlock the secrets of our own being and catch a glimpse of the vast, unexplored territories of the mind. The quest for consciousness is a journey without end, a testament to the boundless capacity of human curiosity and our enduring fascination with the unknown. What makes us human? What separates us from the animals? It is not simply our intelligence or our ability to reason. It is something deeper, something more profound. It is the flame of consciousness, the inner light that allows us to experience the world, to feel the depth of our emotions, and to ponder the mysteries of existence. This spark, this awareness, is the very breath of God, breathed into us at the moment of creation. The Bible tells us that God created man in his own image. This image is not physical, but rather a reflection of God's own nature. It is the gift of consciousness, the ability to know ourselves and to know God. This gift sets us apart from all other creatures and gives us a unique place in the order of creation. We are not simply biological machines, but living souls, imbued with the divine spark of awareness. This awareness is a gift, but it is also a responsibility. Animals live by instinct, driven by forces beyond their control. But we, as conscious beings, have the capacity for choice. We can choose to follow our base desires, or we can choose to live in accordance with a higher purpose. We can choose to ignore the needs of others, or we can choose to act with compassion and empathy. This freedom to choose is both a blessing and a burden, for it means that we are responsible for our actions. We are accountable to our Creator. Our choices have consequences, not just in this life, but in the life to come. This is the weight of consciousness, the knowledge that our actions have meaning and purpose. But it is also the source of our greatest joy, for it is in using our freedom to love and serve others that we find true fulfillment. We were created for a purpose, and that purpose is found in relationship with God and with one another. The biblical concept of the soul is intricately linked with consciousness. While the physical body houses our senses and enables interaction with the material world, the soul is the seat of our thoughts, emotions, and spiritual essence. It is the part of us that connects with the divine, the eternal flame that burns within each and every human being. This soul, this inner sanctuary, is what truly makes us alive. The book of Genesis describes the creation of man from the dust of the earth, but it is the breath of God that animates this form, infusing it with life and consciousness. This breath is not merely the air we breathe, but the very Spirit of God, imparted to humanity as a gift of immeasurable value. It is this divine spark that elevates us above the animal kingdom, granting us the capacity for love, compassion, and moral reasoning. Our consciousness, therefore, is not just a biological phenomenon, but a spiritual one. It is a testament to the divine image within us, a constant reminder of our connection to something greater than ourselves. This understanding has profound implications for how we view ourselves, our relationships with others, and our place in the universe. We are not isolated individuals, but interconnected beings, sharing in the divine breath of life. To recognize the divine spark within ourselves is to recognize it in others. Every human being, regardless of race, religion, or social standing, possesses this inherent dignity. We are all created in the image of God, all bearers of the divine spark. This realization should inspire within us a deep sense of respect and compassion for all people. For to harm another human being is to harm an image bearer, a violation of the sacredness of life itself. With consciousness comes the capacity for both great good and great evil. We are capable of acts of selfless love and unimaginable cruelty. This duality is at the heart of the human experience. The Bible tells the story of Adam and Eve, who, after eating from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, became aware of their own nakedness and felt shame for the first time. This story is a powerful metaphor for the moral awakening that comes with consciousness. We become aware of our own vulnerability, our capacity for both good and evil. We see the suffering in the world and feel the weight of our own mortality. This awareness can be a heavy burden. It can lead to despair, anxiety, and a sense of alienation. But it can also be a source of great hope, for it is in confronting the darkness within ourselves and in the world that we discover the true meaning of redemption. The knowledge of good and evil gives us the ability to make moral choices. We can choose to act in ways that alleviate suffering and promote justice, or we can choose to perpetuate the cycle of pain and oppression. This freedom to choose is what makes us truly human. It is also what makes our actions meaningful. We are not simply slaves to our instincts, but moral agents, capable of shaping our own destiny and the destiny of the world around us. This moral responsibility is not something to be feared, but embraced. It is a call to action, an invitation to participate in the ongoing work of creation. We are God's hands and feet in the world, called to be instruments of His love and compassion. By living consciously, by making choices that reflect our highest values, we become co-creators with God, working to bring about a more just and compassionate world. The gift of consciousness comes with a profound responsibility. We are called to be stewards of our own lives and to care for the well-being of others. We are called to live in the light of our own awareness, to make choices that reflect our deepest values and aspirations. This is not always easy. We will stumble and fall short. We will make mistakes and hurt others, sometimes intentionally, sometimes not. But even in our failures, there is grace. The God who created us in His image also offers us forgiveness and redemption. He knows the challenges we face, the temptations we encounter, and the weaknesses that plague us. He does not abandon us in our brokenness, but offers us a path to wholeness. This path is found in humility, in acknowledging our need for forgiveness, and in striving to live in accordance with His will. The journey of faith is a process of becoming more fully human, of growing in our capacity for love, compassion, and moral courage. It is a journey of discovering the divine spark within ourselves and fanning it into flame. It is a journey we do not take alone, for we are accompanied by the God who walks with us every step of the way. Our consciousness is a gift, a responsibility, and a source of profound joy. It is the means by which we experience the beauty and wonder of the world around us. It is the key to unlocking the mysteries of our own hearts. It is the bridge that connects us to one another and to the divine. Let us live in the light of this awareness, embracing the fullness of what it means to be human.